Hello there, and as usual, I'm Aaron from Laststandgamers, and welcome. Well, I certainly have a fantastic ship from the workshop to show you guys today. And it's beautiful in nature, it has curves, it has lines, and in fact this is another one from JP. We've seen some of his work before and we know he can definitely blow us away with his designs and his use of some of the rotor blocks. Now if you guessed this was from the Star Wars universe, you are 100% correct. This is the Fulgor-class pursuit frigate. The idea behind this ship is to catch smaller vessels that are faster, like blockade runners or whatnot, and just give them a bit more of a chance of catching up and actually destroying them vessels. So we'll start from the front, we'll work our way to the back, and then we'll pop inside to see what's going on in there. Now the first thing I want to bring you to your attention is this whole front section is actually mounted on rotors. So you can see how it's actually angled up, angled down, and these side slabs have been angled as well. So we'll get to the point of that and show you just how they've done that first. So you can see inside here, if we pop our lights on, we've got a rotor in there that's controlling the front plane. And if we go down below here, we'll have a rotor that's controlling the lower plane. We've also got the same for these side sort of struts. If I just took the camera through here, we've seen too much. We've already seen too much, Aaron. So we've got another rotor up in this section here that's controlling the angle. And that allows JP to create this diamond type shape towards the front here. Now let's have a look at the detailing on this diamond. Now in the center we have ourselves two missile turrets with a little bit of wheels there for a bit of detailing, and on the slope side you can see we've got various little turrets at intervals there as well. And to create some of the detailing we've just got a mismatch of interior blocks. We've got some small like half shield defensive blocks, as well as just some cut down ramps, and then in the odd area we've got some different colouring. And all this does is from the distance it creates a bit of depth and detail into that design and distracts your eye rather from just a flat plane like you see on a lot of ships. As we work our way further down here, we've got ourselves some Gatling guns, and we've also got a landing gear on this side. On the bottom it's pretty much similar. We've got ourselves a little bit more detail in the center through the way of little bonus refinery component there, and you can see that nice bit of detailing all the way up to that frontal rotor right there. Now if we come on this side, we actually have ourselves a docking port. So we've got the merge block and the connector there that I don't think would be very effective, because you'd probably clip into either this upper angled piece or the Gatling guns down below. Something I do really like though is this right here. This is just a simple satellite dish, but Aaron always enjoys the simple things in life, and this beautifully constructed satellite dish definitely does it for him. So, oh God, I'm talking in third person now. I'm absolutely losing my marbles. What Space Engineer's done to me. Anyway, enough of that. I'll work out my sanity after the video. As we work our way along the top of the actual ship here, we go towards the cockpit. Now the cockpit itself has been nicely constructed with this overlay sort of panel that is constructed out of a small ship, and this is just used for detail, and you'll see a lot of this throughout this design of JP's. And you can see the glass is just sitting there behind it, and they've just angled these small ship blocks, connected them up, and it acts as a little bit of protection, but really just a bit of beautification. Now as we go up to the top here, we have these two large, I'm guessing there's some sort of radar or space sonar type pods inside them. There's absolutely nothing, they're just aesthetic, but they're made out of small blocks there and connected up to that. Now as we work our way down the side of the ship to the actual engine bay pods, and we work our way underneath, you can see how the hull is just nice and smoothly transitioning in and out of the shapes. We've got the small hangar bay there where we can drop a TIE fighter from below, and we've also got the area around the back here with just simple detailing parts. So we've got two beacons off the back there. I thought originally when I looked at these, maybe these could be detached as some sort of trail or whatnot, but you've got a combination of that, some wheel blocks, just adding extra detail to the ship. Now this is where it kind of really brought my attention. And I saw this and it's like, what sort of engine's this? Then I looked a little bit closer, and it's all an illusion of the eye. We've got ourselves LCD screens with a small ship placed in front of that, and if we turn my lights off from a distance, it creates these really nice glowing engine bay cells. Ooh, absolutely lovely. Now let's work our way back up to this area. We haven't covered this just yet, but you've got the windows at the back there. You've got another merge block just for detailing that one most likely, and then you've got the slope that works its way down the back. So we're now going to attempt to gain access to the ship. I've switched over to my character, and I'm just going to enter through the airlock on this side. Now you might be noticing a little bit of stickiness Something to do with the latest update. I'm not too sure exactly what's happening there. But as we enter through the airlock, we've got the suits on the left side. We've got ourselves this small vent there so we can vent this room. And as we enter into one of the largest storage areas that I'm guessing is more for weapon storage. We've got a nice turret there. The interior of this guy is really quite nice. They've used the LCDs again as a little bit of lighting above, and that really creates that Star Wars type corridor design. We've got the ship there on a projector. We've got everything in red, appropriate colours. We've got access to various areas. Now, one of the things I noticed about this ship, it was a little bit harder to navigate than the usual ones, purely because it just wasn't labelled. We've got ourselves the windows out that we were looking at before, and then we've got the main sort of observation / bridge, and this is the inside of them glass windows that I showed you before. Very sort of cinematic. You can imagine standing here gazing out on a fleet of ships, or maybe even trying to catch up with a blockade runner and screaming to your crew saying we need more power and whatnot. Right, there we go. We'll pop back into this dark dungeon room and we'll pop down another level. So there is kind of only just one way to do this particular ship, but you still can get quite lost. So we've got down into the med bay now. We've got the cryopods, a little bit of a catwalk up there, very nicely detailed. Some more LCD screens for lighting. And we've also got this tiny airlock here that takes us down to the TIE Fighter Bay. Now, I don't honestly believe this is a TIE Fighter. This is another one of the variants. I'm not too sure exactly which variant it is from this angle, but you can see we can actually access that and drop ourselves out the bottom if we wish. We might have to do that towards the end of the video. Or should we just give it a quick go now? I'm too tempted. There we go. Let's jump ourselves into that cockpit behind this wheel. So that's how they've created the glass. Nice idea. And then we just need to disconnect, but we can't disconnect because the airtight door is locked. So we need to probably do something down the lines of this. So we've got the hangar. There we go. Oh, seal up the airlock. I don't make a mistake. The hangar opens. We access our fighter. I'm just expecting that screaming noise as we come out, but it's not going to be the case. Go into first person. We detect our merge block. Thrust on. And we're out of here. Oh, there we go. Lovely craft, lovely little creation there on the side there. Quite hard to dock back up, I'm guessing, as well. I'm not going to experiment too much with that. We'll just fly ourselves back in for the minute. So we've got the merge block back on the top, and I'm guessing they want us to re-enable that merge block, not crash into everything. Aaron, let's try docking the way we came in. I'm going to give it a go. See how hard it is. I'm guessing this is like a quick deploy once type fighter design, and then get whatever's off your trail, and then maybe come back to dock when it's safe. The docking procedure is not too difficult. I thought it'd be harder than that. There we go. We're now docked back up and we can seal up the airlock. Lovely. There we go. Airlock now activated. Okay, let's continue on our tour of the ship. That hangar is damn cool though. I'd really like to see more sort of ships like that have hangars that just drop out the bottom. Too bad space engineers would punish you severely if you tried doing that while you were moving. So we can continue on through the ship. So as we walk through our corridors, you can just imagine blasters going off everywhere and people taking cover and moving around. Really nice sort of design as well, and a bit of cover for anyone trying to attack it. Let's continue working our way forward. So as we've entered into this area, this might confuse you as well because there's one of the larger ships that is designed here in this section. And we can see through here we've got a kitchen, we've got like a little communal area so the guys, when they're off shift, they can have a chat and do whatever they need to do. Over this area we've got some basic bunks and areas for them to sleep, and they've also got the toilet with no door. That still needs a door key, we still need that damn door. So as we continue working our way past all that nice area, we enter into the computer room. Lots of keyboard and sounds are going on in here, and we are greeted with a locked door. Now, why is this locked? Interesting. Let's turn the block on and open it up. Okay, maybe this is some sort of hangar. Oh, this is the service access. This is why this is off. So if we just turn these back on for the minute, and we enter into here, we're actually entered into the front compartment that we were talking about before. Somewhere where we could service these various rotors and whatnot. But we'll head back up to the bridge and take this thing for a spin. So now that we're back at the bridge, we can have a go at flying this thing. Now, this has full internal thrusters, so we're not going to see any thrusting or accelerating or deaccelerating. It'd be quite cool maybe if the lights moved up and down as we accelerated, but this ship, as in the name, is a pursuit frigate, so it has some great maneuverability. The only thing that really scares me when I'm driving this is every now and then you hear the rotors click or make some strange clang type noises. But apart from that, the acceleration's good, the deacceleration's good as well. You can see them thrust ports there. We're doing a little bit of thrust out the side and some of the thrust going on in the centre there as well. But you could pursue, you could launch your torpedoes at the target. We've also got the pistons, so if we slow ourselves down here, we'll extend out our pistons. There we go. So you can see the docking port on either side can be extended out, so if you didn't want to clip it in, there you go, you've got on a piston ready to be accessed. Perfect. I withdraw my previous statement of the connector being too far in. The piston makes it very, very useful indeed. Right, that is the overall look at this Pursuit frigate. Great work by JP. Make sure you support the creators and check this one out on the workshop for yourself.